humans and future AI overlords. I'm using Microsoft Edge. I'm at office.com using Microsoft 365. Now I'm here to talk about Microsoft Word and Microsoft Copilot. So I am just getting started with Copilot. I did kind of a quick run through all the Copilots really fast last week, but now I just want to focus on Microsoft Word. I have to be honest, I'm not a big user of Word, to be honest. It's a great application, but I'm not like a hardcore documents person. I don't know, that feels weird. It feels like I should be using Word a lot more, and maybe I will. But anyway, so, one of the things about, starting with a blank page, a blank document is, where do you start? How do you get going? That is definitely something I struggle with. Sometimes I go in my OneDrive and I find all these documents that were created that have nothing in them. And I'm like, oh, okay, started a document and I did nothing. Anyway, now Copilot, is basically OpenAI's GPT-4 that Microsoft is leveraging inside the app. So you're likely familiar with ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot, or formerly known as Bing Chat, and interacting with the chatbot. And now they have integrated that into a lot of the Microsoft 365 apps, in addition to the Windows operating system and developer tools, and like it's everywhere. But here in Word, this new feature is really the power of AI, and its goal is to help us write more efficiently. Help us get off that blank page, or if you've got stuff in there, helping you kind of get back to where you left off. I know sometimes when I'm working on something, get distracted, and then I come back to something, I'm like, wait, where was I? What was I doing? What was going on? My brain was like, but so now, of course, this is, GPT-4, and with any of these, kind of modern large language model based chatbots, they can give you incorrect information, or as it's called in air quoting, usefully wrong responses. I love that. It's one of those things where I'm like, okay, that's marketing, like clearly was in that meeting having that discussion. But I do like the idea of it providing a foundation for maybe an inspiration. And it is one of those things, it's like going, hey, you better check this because I could be giving you incorrect stuff. So in a way, it's on the downside, not able to 100% trust these chatbots to create, legitimate, accurate content is painful. But in that it is a co-pilot, it is a way to collaborate with another. Humans, I get stuff wrong all the time too. So it's like working with myself, and I got it wrong. So, but the goal is that we want these co-pilots to be smarter, more accurate, more consistent than humans. But anyway, it's an evolution. I mean, all this stuff is still like, just over a year old. So we're all learning, it's all growing, adapting, and stuff like that. So anyway, but you can see here in this new document, I open it up and I immediately have a draft with Copilot, and it says, describe what you'd like to write, including notes or an outline, and Copilot can generate a draft to help you get started. So let's see here. I'm just gonna copy and paste here. It's a lot faster than me typing, because me typing is just not good. So I'm gonna say, write a paragraph about the benefits of cloud computing. So it's creating a draft. You've got this lovely stop generating or escape button in case you're like, whoa, nope, not what I meant. Okay, great. It's got a great title there. It's formatting the content, bullet points. Man, I mean, isn't this just magic? This is magic, that it's doing this. So now you can see here, we've got the keep it. You've also have the option to regenerate. You can discard it, or you can give it additional instructions. So this is the prompt. You can see here there's one of one. So and you have the option to like go to previous or next in these prompts. And then you have the option to thumbs up, thumbs down, so report some feedback here. So I'm just going to select keep it, and you can see we're back to this draft with Copilot. And I'm up here. This looks like it looks like a great, Word document, and it's, created some great introductory content here. It's interesting. It's already got, it looks like some grammar. Like it's interesting that it's an AI that's generating content and its grammar might be a little off, but hey, we're not all perfect. And this is meant to be a more iterative kind of experience. It's not meant to like do all the work for you. It's to help you get started. It's help to grab data and integrate it into what you're doing. You are still the creator. This is a co-pilot, not a replacement for you, because that would be bad. So that was just, write a paragraph about the benefits of cloud computing, and it's got great stuff in there: cost savings, accessibility, reliability, innovation. So I think that's fantastic. Let's just throw in another idea. So let's see here. I want to grab one that's like, because what I want to do is I'm going to see what different types of things I can create inside this document. So I clicked on a new line. I've got a draft with Copilot. I click on the icon and I'm pasting in here, outline a blog post on personal productivity tips. So it's creating a draft, and we'll see how this goes. All right, personal productivity, how to get more done in less time. Wonderful. And heck, using Copilot is a way to get more done in less time. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Gosh, not at all. Life is perfect. But this is fantastic. This is really, really good stuff. Okay, here we go. You got to keep it. You got to regenerate. Let's just click regenerate and see how that goes. So pulling things together. And just so you know, when you put in queries, it can generate similar items. So this definitely looks similar. Are you feeling overwhelmed? I mean, it's different. Clearly, it is different. But it is, so that regenerate option, if you get something in your first draft and you're like, I'm not feeling it, you just click regenerate. Wow, that's significantly longer. So, and hey, great advice there. Take care of yourself. Very important. We clicked regenerate. You see there's 2 of 2. So I could go back to the previous draft. See, this is the previous, the previous draft, which is a little bit short, personal productivity tips. And I could click the second draft, so that's cool. So you have the option to kind of go back and forth in your drafts, and so I'm just like keep it. And I'm keeping draft 2. Oh, we love your feedback, Microsoft. You're so great at always asking for feedback right when I don't want to give you feedback. So, but thank you. Let's see here. So what I like about this is that we've done kind of the whole issue of generating text on a given topic. And then we've kind of given it like, structural help for the writing, having it do kind of a blog post. Let's see here. I'm going to have it. Now, I know some people, they like to draft their emails in Word. And I think they used to do it that way because there were more writing tools in Word that could help them before they actually put it in their email project, or in their email application. But anyway, I'm going to have it draft an email to my team announcing a new product. I'll click generate there. So, Outlook has wonderful capabilities inside the email itself. I don't think I ever have written an email outside of an email app. Maybe like, grab some text or something like that, but okay. New project announcement, hello team. Okay, this is great. So this is great when you're just like, hey, I just need to get started writing something, generate some content, give me, it's almost like all these wonderful templates that Microsoft provides. You get a custom template for what you're specifically asking for, and then you can craft it the way you like it. So so let's see here. Now what I'm going to do here, So this is new project announcement, and it gave me a default one. I'm going to put in here the recommendation, make it more descriptive. So what this is this is really cool. I really am enjoying the controls inside of Copilot. This is really, I'm exploring these for the first time, so this is very interesting. They're easy to use, they're very clear, and part of it is just playing with it, just getting in there and doing stuff with it. So you can see there was draft one, and it was drafted email, and then it was 2 of 2, and it was drafted email, but I had that make it more descriptive. So this definitely added some more content here, which is great. So let's keep it. So now, you may be in different types of jobs that create content based on lots of different things. You might actually even just be wanting to create something, create a poem for, I'm not a very creative person. Sometimes when I'm, looking for help, AI has been amazing to help me with on the creative side. So I'm going to just tell it, create a poem about nature. But imagine, I know we just passed Valentine's Day. Hopefully you got it right for your favorite person. Maybe you need to have a follow-up poem, nothing like, hitting Valentine's Day, doing a great job, and then following up with an awesome post-Valentine, romantic gesture. So, but anyway, so here it wrote a poem about nature. That looks really cool. I'm not creative. The creative arts is something that just didn't hit my gene pool very much. So, but anyway, so I like this. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say, make it more engaging. You could even say make it more romantic, or so I think the possibilities with customization and iteration is really what's going to make this super powerful. And that's the piece that I think is going to be kind of super beneficial in using this, is that it's going to help you get off the page. So I'm just going to keep it. It's going to help you get off the page, but it's also going to help you go back and and update things. So let's see here. I want to actually have the Copilot. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and do a draft. And I'm going to say, write an essay about Microsoft. So I know that students are using a lot of these AI chatbots, and I'm guessing in the realm of, interesting, in the realm of this new technology use, that students, that these tools will be, really powerful for students. And of course, if you're leveraging this in your work environment, this is going to be super powerful too. And from what I'm hearing about, the early adopters of this tool is that, when people get it and then they learn how to use it, it's one of those things where they don't want it taken away. It's so powerful. It's like giving you wings to do amazing things, and stuff like that. So it's kind of exciting. But let's see here. It's writing a pretty lengthy. Well, Microsoft has a huge history, so this is a big ask to say write an essay about Microsoft. So there, it created an essay about Microsoft. Let's go back up here. Awesome. Let's see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it, and then so this is the history of Microsoft. And then, so let's go back here. Microsoft, a global leader in technology. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this down to a new page here. So we've got this Microsoft, global leader in technology, introductory paragraph, the history of Microsoft. That's great. We're already at 6 pages, nearly 2,000 words. Um, but let's see here. I'm going to see if we can, I'm going to select this paragraph and I'm going to say rewrite. So basically I selected the paragraph and I selected rewrite. And so it's generating the rewrite here inside. Okay, so it gives you this option to rewrite. It looks similar, but let's look here. So you have the option to replace, insert below, regenerate, and then there's adjust tone. So let's see here. I'm going to say, let's make it more imaginative, and then click regenerate. I like the tone feature. That's really cool. So you can take something from, way too professional to something more casual, or way too casual and make it professional. So that's pretty cool. And imaginative, like that's really cool. So look at this. We're at rewrite 4 of 5. Okay, I'm just gonna, let's see here. This is pretty interesting. So I'm not gonna replace, I'm just gonna insert below. So we have the original paragraph here. It's really not much shorter, to be honest, but that's interesting. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select this one here. And I'm going to say rewrite. Pulling things together. I like the prompting, the visual cue that it is working. So drafting rewrites. Ooh, this is nice. 2 old pals who love to code, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, started Microsoft in 1975. Yeah, really amazing. I mean, just the history of Microsoft is really cool. And it's writing it right here, which is just very cool. Interesting. Okay, it's still generating. So we have the option for, so it's more, it looks like the tone is now in this kind of imaginative state. Replace, so it's got the 1 of 2. I'm going to click insert below. Interesting. So this is really interesting. So I'm able to go into a document and make changes. I'm wondering if, let's see here, if I select, can I select this? And then, see here, I want to click visualize as a table. I know that's probably not going to be good, but I want to see what it actually does with all that information. But I like the idea. If you've got a paragraph with a lot of content, you can get it to visualize in the table. That's super sweet. Oh, look at this. This is great. It's giving you a year. It's doing the product. It's doing a description. Oh, that is really wonderful. Look at that. Oh, it took that jam-packed paragraph and made a table out of it. And I didn't ask it to do really anything, but just visualizes a table. That is really, really fantastic. Let's see here. So this is using the tool here. It's got some editor suggestions and all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm going to click on the Copilot and open the Copilot pane. So this Copilot pane, if you've got content that it can look at, it can act on it. So let's see here. So it says, I can chat, respond to your questions, and help you with writing and summarizing this document. So it's got write about, which would mean we want to add more content to the document. I can do summarize this doc or ask a question about this doc. So I'm just going to click summarize this doc, and it will scan the document, pulling things together. Still working on it. Okay, here's a summary. Main ideas: cloud computing, improving personal productivity, how to announce a new project to a team. Almost there, but I like how it's giving me some content to look at. A poem about nature and its aspects. Sweet. This is doing an amazing job. Almost there is the status. I really like, oh man, this is just, and then it's got Microsoft, a global leader in technology. Yep. So, I mean, like, that's a fantastic summary. And then it has the ability to copy, to give your feedback. It's got 10 references. So inside the document, you've got these citations directly from the document, so you can go in there. Isn't this amazing? This is amazing. Oh my gosh. And, in school, I remember, I had a history professor who loved historical research. I mean, she was a professor of it, so she loved it, of course, which is great. But she was so into history. I remember, we weren't using like MLA or anything like that. We were using Kate Turabian, which is a whole, documentation, research, historical process. And it was amazing. It made you understand what you're looking at in so much detail. But all the citations had specific formats and stuff like that, and I remember like people would get so frustrated with just the specifics of it, if you don't write it right. But here, getting that, I mean, it's doing it for you. That is just amazing. Look at this. It's got recommendation prompts. Make the summary longer, make the summary more casual. This is fantastic. Now, just so you know, this pane does not stay with the document. So if I were to close this document and come back, all the Copilot pane information is gone. It doesn't save it. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard, and then I'm just going to go down here, and I'm going to paste that here in the document. I like the summary. So if you have content in your pane that you've generated that you want to keep, you definitely need to grab it before you close the document, because you will lose all this information. Now I'm going to click ask a question about this doc, and I'm just going to say, who is Paul Allen? So this is me having a chat with my Word document that was just created, which is amazing. So hopefully, okay, it's a little, yep, according to the document, Paul Allen was one of the founders of Microsoft. See, we use AI to generate the content. We use AI to edit the content, revise the content, rewrite the content. We use AI to summarize the content. We used AI to have a conversation with the document. Look at that. And then it's got more information, more prompts. And that's one thing I do really like about this. So I can ask more questions and work with this document. One thing I definitely want to point out is there's prompts, these view prompts. So prompting is this whole new experience that we're learning in the age of AI. So you've got these create prompts, so writing proposals, add a paragraph, so if you're stuck, there's example prompts here: understand, tell me more about, summarize, list pros and cons. I mean, these are amazing, prompts. You've got the ask, so you've got these, how do I, give me specific examples. So these are prompts, and then you can click view more prompts, and this takes you to Copilot Lab. And Copilot Lab here gives you some options here. There are different categories of prompts: create, understand, and ask. You can also identify saved prompts that you like. So running a cover letter, online business plan, look for recipes, understand quickly. So there's lots of options here that you can look at, and you can pick like, oh, I just want to look at create prompts. And so it'll filter those down. You can see I have favorited some and stuff like that. So so I'm going to click on go to Copilot Lab. It'll open it up in the browser so you can see the wider array of prompts. Copilot Lab is a place where you want to check out prompting. And we'll definitely dive into this more. But I am truly inspired by Microsoft Word and the Copilot's ability to help me draft content, edit content, inspire me to look at different things, transform existing content and visualize it, leverage the tone So I'm going from, blank pages to generating ideas to rewrites, like here in just minutes. This stuff would have taken me on my own hours and hours and hours to do. Like seriously. I mean, we've got the internet, we've got Google, we've got all these resources and stuff, but still. So anyway, the ability to create documents with Copilot clearly is astonishing. I am amazed. I'm so excited. Now I do want to say the limitations. So the content in our Copilot pane here is not saved. So once I close out it's gone. Copilot for Word, really its maximum interaction with is like 18 to 20,000 words, 18,000 to 20,000 words is its sort of max in working with it. It uses GPT-4 from OpenAI. Similar prompts may generate similar content. It's not always unique. And of course, this can generate inaccurate and inappropriate content. And it's important to flag that content so Microsoft knows that there's bad information or there's inappropriate information in there. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today and looking at an app that I've seen through a whole new light today, a whole new light. And I hope you're excited about exploring Copilots. And please, we'll see you in the next video.